morning, astronaut 36 Alpha. Today is February 14th, Earth year 2035. Weather today will be normal, no solar storms detected. You have no agenda items scheduled. Please enjoy your off day. You have a visitor. 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 You have a visitor.
Hey, there she is. You're finally awake, sleepyhead. If it hadn't been for me, you might have just spent your entire day off sleeping. Gosh darn it. What would you do without me? We've been talking about seeing this sunrise for ages. I thought you would have been more excited about it. Come on. Don't give me that face. You know I'm kidding. I actually would have probably slept in too if it hadn't been for the fact that I stayed up all night. There was something on my mind, and I couldn't stop thinking about it for the life of me. Nothing important, of course. You know how random my mind can be sometimes. I'm glad that the captain gave us the whole day off. I definitely wouldn't have been able to get through my usual responsibilities given how much sleep I got last night. Okay, back to business. Do you want to get breakfast before or after the lunar excursion? I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but we're not going to get another day off in a while, and I would really hate to miss that sunrise. All right, then it's decided. I'm glad we could agree. It's not that I don't think breakfast is important. It's just that I've really been looking forward to this. The sunrise, I mean. Even after all the ones I've witnessed on Earth, I've heard the moon ones are pretty nifty. I mean, they happen a lot quicker than they do on Earth. But since there's no atmospheric distortion, the sun is supposed to look a lot clearer, even if we have to view it through our sun shields. Also, I may have asked Corporal Lorenzo to cook up something special, and he's not quite finished yet. Apparently, it's pretty difficult to make a competent meal in a kitchen only meant to rehydrate dehydrated nutrition cubes. Who would have thought? So, in summary, we will lower the risk of missing the sunrise and increase our chances of getting some good eatings. A pretty sound risk-reward analysis, if I do say so myself. Any objections? Okay, cool. I think we have spent more than enough time standing in your doorway. I really should have told you this on the way to the airlock. Let's get going. So, why do you think the captain gave us Singles Awareness Day off? I mean, of course I call it that. What would you prefer I say? Valentine's Day? Look, I have never properly celebrated a Valentine's Day with a significant other, ever. Between working towards getting my doctorate and the astronaut qualification, and my very apparent social ineptness, I never really was able to develop something lasting with someone else. They didn't understand the passion I had to get into space, and really weren't that willing to put up with my strange habits long enough to coincide with Singles Awareness Day. So, after seeing many happy couples have nice celebrations, I've got a chip on my shoulder. Come at me. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't want it to happen or anything. I'm just frustrated with my luck thus far. You know, I've got to find someone like you who understands the call of the unknown and the quirks of having an insane amount of knowledge about a specific field. If we weren't such good friends, I might have been tempted to ask you out or something. Oh well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Hold that thought. We've just reached the airlock. Since you aren't scheduled for any official excursions this month, Natsuki has been using your shared EVA suit. She may have made a few personal changes to the suit's AI, so if you run into any trouble, just let me know.
交通とクーラントのレベルは高承知です。加圧。
I see. It sounds like your suit is probably in Japanese then. There should be a dial just under your right-hand wrist-mounted display. If you turn it 2 notches to the left, it should reset to the default English and reboot.
O2 and coolant levels are nominal. Pressurizing.
Okay, good to go? Your radio should be on, but just give me a thumbs up if your suit is engaged and pressurized. Once you're ready, I'll start the airlock depressurization sequence.
Please ensure EVA suit integrity before venting airlock.
All right. Beginning to disengage the safety interlocks. Push button 15. Valve set to pressure out and interior hatch closed. Can confirm. Safety interlock disengage. You might want to hold on to something. We're about to depressurize. Alright. We'll be over the comms from here on out. If you have any malfunction, waving your arms around like a maniac will probably be the best way to get my attention. As that psychopath Arnold likes to say, no one can hear you scream in the vacuum of space. I'm kidding. I'm sure the only thing out of the ordinary that will happen today is being able to see that sunrise. You know what? Let me check in with command before I forget. This is Falcon 1-1 hailing command. How copy? Over.
Good copy, Falcon 1-1. Reading clear as crystal. Continue. Over.
Roger. Good copy, command. I plus 1 more are moving 4 clicks east to watch the sunrise from the overlook. Should return within the hour. How copy? Over.
I say again, Falcon 1-1. Good copy. Remain cautious and don't do anything stupid. Over.
Roger, command. Wilco. Out. So, kinda cut you off back there at the airlock. I knew I was pretty adamant about my stance, but you seem to have something to say. You have someone special for today? You did seem to have a lot of luck with the boys back in university. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard you this quiet before. Especially not after one of my famous remarks. Are you really that mad at me that you're giving me the silent treatment? Well, push off, won't you? You know I'm just being a goof. Yeah, I get that, but you seem to be holding out on me. You know you can tell me anything, right? Like how I told you how I had the biggest crush on Jenny Matrix back during our first year. Or how I told you I think you're actually pretty high speed, despite how much I rag on you. You know, I probably rag on you as much as I do because of how performant you are. You friggin' crushed me on that PT test last week, and my masculinity hasn't been quite the same ever since. The deep stuff, you know? Especially since we're off base and off comms. It's literally just you and me. And if it's really that important to you, I'll keep it is whatever you say here secret. Again, if that's what you'd like. Well, in any case, we have reached our destination. I'm gonna do my best to sit down on my deployable stool and get a good angle for my camera. I'm all ears, and I'll be super invested in my gear, just in case eye contact makes you nervous. Uh, uh, yeah, I'm okay. And I did hear you, and it's not like I'm fumbling with my equipment or anything. This is all just a part of the standard setup procedure. Alright, fine. Well, I like you too. I had no idea that you felt that way, and it really caught me off guard. I was so caught up in building protective walls around myself that I guess I was oblivious to how you actually felt. I'm actually pretty insecure, you know? I've always used an arrogant face to mask who I truly am. I just fear that if I let my walls down again, someone will get deep inside my heart and mess something up. You know what? That's not fair. I've known you for years, and the worst thing you've ever done to me is make me realize how much I had been missing. You're sweet, thoughtful, smart, creative, and just the greatest bubble of joy I've ever had the pleasure of interacting with. I think I was scared that if I ever tried to step things up and you weren't okay with it, that I'd lose such a great friendship to the endless void of awkwardness. But now that we've made it clear to each other how we feel, do you want to hold hands? And there's the sun, right on cue. I really do like you, and I hope we can figure out a way to make this work out for the both of us.